Good evening, everybody, or should I say good night? It's Conspiracy Girl here. It's Sunday, the 22nd of April. We're nearly at, I think it's about 11:15 or nearly 10 to 11 in the evening, so at night. But anyway, this video is of utmost importance. Today, I think I made somewhat of a breakthrough, and I think that this could snowball and escalate into something bigger. But I need my subscribers, you, to tell other people to do what I've just done. And I'm about to explain what I've just done in a minute. But if you're just watching this for the first time, please subscribe to my channel. I need as many subscribers as possible to get the word out and to keep getting words out. And I'm not going to stop until I get taken down or taken out, okay? I'm with us, I'm with you, I'm with the population, okay? We are the majority, like I keep saying, they are the minority. Anyway, listen, I want to tell you something. I went into a taxi today, and it was a Muslim driver, beautiful chap, really nice bloke, and started to speak to him, and basically I was saying about the Twin Towers and saying how, it was an inside job, and most of us know this now anyway. And I was saying that how the Muslims got blamed, and he sort of looked shocked. He looked gobsmacked that I knew this, being Caucasian. He was quite stunned and sort of shook back, and he said to me, he said, all Muslims, he says, we're not all the same. He says, the Muslims that go out of fighting and and doing bad things, he says, they're not true Muslims. He says, because, and I said, and I stopped him before, and I said, because in the Quran, yes, I said it says that Muslims shouldn't kill other people, and he went, correct, yes. He said, no, did you know that? I said, because I've read, other Bibles as well as, just Christian Bibles and, things like that. So I think that surprised him as well. And then I said to him about the up and coming war, the Third World War. I said, you do know, I said, that all these wars are predicted, don't you? And he sort of looked at me again, shocked. Like, what do you mean? Sort of look expression on his face. And I said, well, all these wars have been written down by a certain Mason. I said, and they follow his doctrine. And they make these wars happen. I said, and this has been going on right from the French Revolution. I said, if you can go on the internet, I said, there's a book called Morals of Dogma, or Morals and Dogma, I think it's Morals of Dogma, by Albert Pike. And when this book was wrote, it was, like I say, it goes back as far as the French Revolution. And, and it said how every war should be started and won up until then, up and right until now, to this Third World War, and how all wars went. And he looked really gobsmacked, like he'd never heard this information, and he was quite sort of taken back by it. And I think he was sort of upset himself, because we've all been fooled, we've all been taken for idiots. Not for idiots, but just been tricked by manipulative, horrible, nasty people. Call them the deep state, call them what you want, I call them arseholes. Anyway, so he kept asking about this book, and I said, look, have you got a pen and paper, and I'll write it down for you? And he said, oh, please. So I wrote it down for him, and I'm telling you, I've never seen a person. It was sort of like I awoken him, like from a spell, like just like that. It was so quick, by the words that I was saying. It was amazing. And then going back, I was doing research last week, and there were some soldiers on YouTube saying about what how they'd been lied to, really, and the ones that went there after the Twin Towers, and have just recently sort of come back. These are the latest sort of soldiers that have come back, and some of them have said that when they went over there, they were sort of asking other platoons or other soldiers, where are the insurgents, where all these terrorists were meant to be shooting, and they laughed and they said, oh, what terrorists, and They said, well, this person said, oh, what's our goal then? What we're here for? And his reply to his question was to kill everybody, to get rid of everybody. And he then realised when he shot back at some fire or a bomb, whatever it is that's gone off, but there was some retaliation anyway. So he had to fire sort of a few rounds, and one of them was a child who got hit. He didn't know if it was one of his bullets that hit it or somebody else's bullet that hit it, but it was a child anyway. And then he realised that they're not fighting insurgents over there. They're not fighting a terrorist organisation. All they're fighting are children, mothers, and family that have still been left that just are not not willing to lie there and just get shot. They're fighting back for their fathers that they've lost, and for things like that that the British government and the American government have decided to all go out there and destroy. I think it's 7 countries in so many years. A person called Aaron, somebody or other on in the internet that knew one of the I think it's the Rothschilds, might be one of the Rockefellers, I don't know, but he was quite tight with one of them anyway. And there's a video on him on YouTube, and he openly states this, that they were to do so many wars in so many years, and it's all based on religion. So anyway, what I believe they're trying to do is they want the Muslims, to fight the Christians, the Catholics, and all that. So this big religious war, hopefully to, and the Muslims to hopefully come on top, and beat us, beat them, the Muslims basically win, and then after that, then they'll send out their troops to wipe out the Muslims, and then they can have their Luciferian religion with a massively depopulated earth. This is my belief. This isn't a belief of somebody else, or this isn't written down in Morals and Dogma. This is my belief that I think is going to happen, okay? If you want to read what goes on in Morals Dogma, just go on the internet and find out yourself and look at it. I got pretty sick of it, so I didn't really want to read much more because I knew exactly what it was about, and I knew it opened my eyes to the real world. And if this is the game of life, it's a pretty sick game that they're playing, a very, very, very sick game that they're playing with lots and lots of people's lives, children included, as I just mentioned. So anyway, me saying this to this Muslim taxi driver, I'm hoping that he will pass his information on once he's read the doctrine that Albert Pike wrote, and he'll tell Muslim friends and family of his, where information will then slowly progress and snowball. This is what I'm hoping. So this is why I'm asking for all of my subscribers and anybody that views my video, please subscribe to it. Please, I'm going to get some more information, as much information as possible, and we can do this together. Come on, look, we can do this, There's 13 families, 80 people that own over nearly 3/4 of the earth, okay? So that's not a lot of people. All right, they've got the money, they've got the power, they've got all that, but we've got each other, all right? We are the majority. They are the minority. We need to stick together. We need to stick together like glue. We need to bond as one. We need to take these mother out, yeah, and replace a lot. We can have a proper run utopia by ourselves, yeah, where we have more freedom, more love, more everything, so we can eventually have open borders and everything be safe and not have all this war, corruption, and everything else, because it's them that's doing it anyway. They're the ones that are bringing the fucking drugs into the country. Sorry for my language, sorry, don't like swearing, but they're the ones that are bringing the drugs in. They're the ones that have been doing the drug running for God knows how many years. I mean, come on, this goes right back from Britain, from opium wars, years back from China. What do you think it was all about? In each different war, they've always, made sure the heroin's alright, made sure that's okay. So who do you think's bringing it in? You know, it comes in through the armies. That's what these films are trying to tell you. But, you know, a lot of people just don't believe it because it's a conspiracy. You know, so please, please, I'm begging any of you, or any of my subscribers, please, if you know some Muslims, or you've got the money to be able to do stuff on the internet, or you know how to do stuff on the internet properly, and download some things to show them from Morals of Dogma, just so they can speak to their people, and then we can snowball this. We can turn this around. We can totally do this. Please, please, please help me to help us, to help everybody. This isn't for me and you and us. It's for our grandchildren, for our great grandchildren, for our family chain to carry on. All right. Before they do start doing really stupid, horrible things, we need to start snowballing this information out, okay? So for each and every one of you that watches this video that's awake and knows what I'm saying, and knows what I'm saying is true, please, 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 I'm begging you, pass this information on. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give me a like, or, you know, or dislike if you dislike, you know, whatever floats your boat. Anyway, all I want to say is love, peace, because there can be in the future if we do this, right? Unite, unite, please, please unite. We'll fight when the time's right, okay? Love each and every single one of you. Conspiracy Cole, I'm out. Love you.